It's Finn B. Irwin, and welcome to the first broadcasted ECRL event on YouTube in 8 years. This is the ECRL Formula X Series, and we are ready to get to action here in Mexico for qualifying. Now, here are some of the things that you may have missed during our time away from broadcasting. We have a whole new era of drivers here who have put their names in the ECRL record books throughout all of its series, including ECRL Formula X champion and former ECRL World Cup champion Braden, looking to clinch his second Formula X championship here today. We also have Momster, who is the current ECRL World Cup champion, looking for a win, and for Braden to have a bad race to keep his championship hopes alive. And we got Puck, who is just looking to finish ahead of Brady and keep his fight for the championship in balance. We also have the Intercontinental Classic, the tournament that started last week for the Formula X Series, as we have gone into the second round of the tournament. In the gold bracket, we have Braden versus E. Greco. E. Greco was unable to make it to the event today, therefore Braden will advance to the next round of the tournament. We got Azgeta in the Ferrari, along with Glenn D'Souza in the Aston Martin. We got Momster versus 7-time ECRL World Cup champion Lord Moxley, who will not be racing in the event today after retiring from the series last week in Miami. Therefore, Momster will advance into the next round. We also got, last but not least in the gold bracket, the two McLaren teammates going head-to-head with Puck versus Coquito. The losers in the gold bracket will be knocked down to the silver bracket, which consists of Oscar, Cena, Stark, and Snow Crush. The winners of the silver bracket will also be determined on where they finish here today, against the drivers who get bumped down from the gold bracket. As we see the drivers now on the racetrack making their first laps on this historic circuit here today in Mexico. The drivers are undoubtedly asking themselves here today is, how do you put yourself in the best possible position to win this race? Success on race day often hinges on more than just sheer speed and skill. It is about strategy, preparation, execution. One of the critical keys to unlocking the door to victory is delivering a strong performance during qualifying. As a result, today's qualifying is not just a formality, it's a pivotal moment that can set the tone for the entire race weekend and potentially determine the difference between triumph and disappointment. Here we are in our final couple minutes of qualifying here. Momster 784 right now with a commanding pole lead. Braden recently just completed his final attempt to get the pole. He's looking to start in second if things hold as they do at the moment. Right now, as we see, Lil Coquito is on his outlap looking to improve his position from 7th. Coquito is right now on the McLaren team, and he is in a contentious Constructors' Championship battle with Red Bull Moose. That is a championship fight that has been going back and forth all season. McLaren started with a big lead early on, but as soon as we started to get closer to that second half of the season, Red Bull Moose started chipping away, and now going into this race, they have a 29-point advantage in the Constructors' Championship. Now the question is, who will come out with the advantage after this race? It's pretty self-evident that Red Bull Moose will come out with the lead, but how much can McLaren chip away at that? After this race, we got 3 races left, so every amount of points will matter. At how things currently stand, McLaren will have to net gain 8 points per race to overtake the Constructors' Championship lead once again. And a little shout out to Zezino here. This is one of his first starts. He's a newcomer to this series, and he is currently in the 3rd position for qualifying. Great run for him thus far. We have Azgeta in 4th currently. He has been one of the people who has been looking to get their first Formula X Series win. He has came close on a couple occasions. He's won an Indy race, if we call back to last season, in an upset, and that was following his runner-up finish in a Formula X Series race. So he is looking to put it in victory lane before this season ends. Right now we are focused on one of the championship contenders, Puck, who has seemingly made his final lap. He is currently in the grass at the moment. Looking at the beautifully trimmed grass from the lawn keepers here at this racetrack. You know, messing up their hard work. But anyway, you know, Puck, he needs to have a good run to stick in the championship fight here today. He needs to finish at least ahead of Braden, but as as it's looking right now in qualifying, he is not off to a good start. And he's looking to just drive that car back into the pits. As we see his McLaren teammate drive by there, Coquito on a hot lap. He's looking to potentially set a pole lap. At the moment, it's looking like he might get it. He's a little bit above Momster's time at the moment. All he needs to do is execute these few corners as beautifully as possible, and it looks like he might get the pole here, or at least come very, very close to it. You see drivers are filing on pit lane, and we got a slow car, and that will affect Coquito's entry and exit off of that corner. He has lost a little bit of time here. I don't know how that's going to affect his time, and Coquito will put it in third. You have to imagine what that lap would have been if it wasn't for that slower car right there. But Coquito, good lap nonetheless. And I believe that is everyone's final lap, and that is the end of qualifying. As we see drivers filing down pit road, getting ready for the race here today. Momster will start in the first position, followed by Braden, Coquito, Zazino, Esgueta, Reese, Walmart Shopper, K7, Erie, and now we go to our grid for the start. And lights out, away we go here at Mexico. Momster and Braden will lead them down, the two most dominant drivers all season. Momster's just had a little bit of bad luck, and Momster had a bad start right there. Braden's looking to lead them down into the first corner. As we see some cars 3 wide going into the first corner. Walmart Shopper with a huge move. He will jump from 7th all the way up to 4th. He might even get 3rd here as we see a little bit of contact from the cars in the back, but that is allowing the top 2 of Momster and Braden to pull away. Walmart Shopper taking the 3rd position here. It's looking they have been swapping back and forth throughout these corners, and it looks like Coquito will have them cleared. Momster has the lead at the moment. Braden 2nd, Coquito 3rd, Walmart Shopper 4th, Esgueta 5th, Zazino 6th, Reese 7th, Oscar 8th, Puck 9th, and K7 and 10th. Walmart Shopper with an aggressive move, trying to overtake that 3rd position. This is his first Formula X Series start, and he's looking to have a good run here today. Walmart Shopper currently in the 3rd in that Haas. Momster leads lap 1 there, Braden in 2nd, Walmart Shopper 3rd, Coquito 4th, Esgueta in 5th. As we see, those cars behind Momster and Braden are keeping up with them as of right now. They are in DRS range. And right now they are starting to settle in now after a little bit of a chaotic first lap. But that is exciting for people watching at the moment. Let's see, Esgueta currently battling for the 4th position, and there's a little bit of a stack up there. Right now, focus is on Walmart Shopper in the 3rd position. An impressive run thus far early in the race. We look forward to seeing what he can do throughout the rest of the event. And he got a little swirly off that corner. Momster currently still in the lead at the moment. Locked up the brakes a little bit. Saw that a little bit of tire smoke there, and we're focusing on Razor Cola, who has seemed to have a little bit of an incident in that Visa Cash App RBM machine. He is right now 35 seconds off of the driver ahead of him, which is PJ Pepperoni. And Momster once again setting the fastest lap of the event with a 1:17.7. Focusing on the cars a little bit mid-pack, we got Glenn D'Souza, Reese, Puck, Esgueta, Lil Coquito in 4th. As it seems the top 3 are starting to break away a little bit. Coquito might have some handling issues there. And Esgueta is right on his tail, and the pressure is building. A little bit of a reminder of the Intercontinental Classic. Lil Coquito would currently advance over Puck into the next round. Esgueta would advance over Glenn D'Souza. Momster and Braden have already advanced due to the drivers they are facing off against in the tournament during this round not being at this event. We see a little bit of a battle on 14th right there on the leaderboard as Alrighty, we got our little bit of microphone issue solved here. My apologies, but as I was saying, we had a little bit of a battle there. Randy Glock passed Jacob for the 15th position. As we see some battles on the leaderboard here. Braden right now in second. Right now, as they run, he would clinch the championship at the moment. But that's the whole name of the game here today for Braden. He doesn't need the win, he just needs to finish in front of Puck, but a win would be the cherry on top of the cake. We look back to last season when he clinched the championship a couple races early. He won that event, so he won the race and he won the championship in one go. He's looking to do it here again today. And one thing, this is something we have seen all season between Momster and Braden. Momster leads a lot of that first half of the race, but as the race goes on, Braden will get stronger. That's the thing we have seen all season. As we are looking currently in the battle for the 3rd position and throughout the pack at the moment, eyes are on Oscar at the moment in the Mercedes in the 8th position. Currently he's having a good run. We got Pepe Paulo in 10th, Erie in 11th. Right now in the Aston Martin, Glenn in the Aston Martin in 12th, another Intercontinental Classic driver, Randy Glock in 13th, K7 14th, Jacob in 15th, and the RBM machine. Right now, it was just announced that he will be returning to RBM next season. He's had a struggle some past few races. He has not been able to score points. He is looking to turn his luck around, and hopefully that extension with that team will give him the confidence boost he needs to perform well and maybe go out there and win a race here soon. Let's go back to earlier this season. I believe it was Monaco. He had his career best finish. And that is one of the toughest tracks that you can drive. As we see Lil Coquito, we got Walmart Shopper and Lil Coquito in a battle for 3rd. Walmart Shopper is defending like his life depends on it. But you have to ask, is it wise to defend that aggressive this early? Because we still got more than 30 laps to go in this event. I say the name of the game right now is take care of your equipment and make it to the end. Hope to have a good run. But right now, Walmart Shopper currently having a valiant effort, holding up one of the fastest drivers in the series, holding on to 3rd position. As we see right now, the top 2 are pulling away because of that. Momster and Braden have pulled out to a nearly 4-second lead over Walmart Shopper, as the 2-man show of Momster and Braden has once again commenced. Braden right now laying back. He's hoping to try to get a little bit of a big run on him, as we focus on the battle in 3rd right now with Lil Coquito. He is making an aggressive move. He's looking to take that 3rd position, and he will. Lil Coquito will move up to 3rd. Walmart Shopper dropping down to the 4th position. He's looking to take that 3rd spot back. As we see, we got more drivers behind them. Zazino, Asgeta, Reese, Puck. The more they battle, the more likely that they will be brought into the mix. And a little bit of an issue. Walmart Shopper, he got a bad corner there. And you just got to wonder, are the nerves finally settling in for him? It's lap 6. Could also be, he's just driving his car very hard. Like, you don't want to burn up your tires this early into a race, because you will drop like a rock compared to the drivers who are sitting back conserving their stuff. And we got a battle for the 8th position here between championship contender Puck and Oscar. Puck will overtake the 8th position. Oscar will fall to 9th in the Mercedes. And we're going to scroll down throughout the pack here. Randy Glock 90. And there was a little bit of contact we see right here. I believe that K7 in the Visa Cash App RBM machine. A little bit of contact from him. It looks like he's got some wing damage. He will fall down to 16th position. Unfortunate for him, but there is no safety car out on the racetrack. We are still green. And right now, it looks like Braden is putting the heat on Momster at the moment. Braden wants that lead, and it looks like he's not going to wait till later in the race to get it. He wants the lead now. Walmart Shopper still in the 4th position, and that is allowing drivers further back to catch up to their group. So we might see a huge battle for the 4th position upcoming. As we see, look throughout the leaderboard, drivers are starting to spread out a little bit. No real immediate battles at the moment besides the battle for 4th. Lil Coquito currently running in 3rd at the moment in the Intercontinental Classic. He would advance over his teammate Puck. As Guetta is currently ahead of the driver he's matched up against, Glenn D'Souza, as Guetta would advance into the next round of the tournament. And as I mentioned previously, Momster and Braden have automatically advanced into the next round of the tournament because the driver they are facing off against are not in the race here today. And speaking of Momster and Braden, the battle is heating up for the lead here. Braden wants the lead, and he wants it more than anything. He is looking for any little mistake Momster will make to overtake that lead. Momster will lock up the brakes there. Will that give Braden a little bit of room to make that move? No, it will not. Braden will settle in right behind him. He's going to bide his time. But Braden does want the lead more than anything. Walmart Shopper has dropped to 5th position. Zeno has gotten by him. He started in 7th, got up to 3rd, but since then he has steadily started to drop like a rock, down 2 positions in the past couple of laps. We got Reese, who is hot on his tail at the moment in the Alpine. And the battle for the lead is still intense right now. Momster getting a little bit squirrely off the corner as we are on board with Braden, the current ECRL Formula X points leader. And might I mention, these two are also ECRL World Cup Series champion. Braden winning the championship in the 11th season with an astounding 9-win season. Momster won the ECRL World Cup a month and a half ago against Cena by just 1 point with a 7-win season. So we got a battle of the 2 World Cup champions and a battle of the 2 most dominant drivers in the series. Despite the points not saying so for Momster, he has been the biggest threat to Braden most of the season thus far. And was there a little bit of contact there, maybe? Between cars in the back of the pack? Can't really tell. We'll have to get another look at that, potentially. We got Drew Monge in 13th in the Kick Sauber machine. Followed by Randy Glock, C-Nation, K7, PJ Pepperoni, C Just On Us, Jacob in the RBM, and Razor Cola. Braden has taken the lead. We missed that while we were focusing on the drivers in the back. Braden is your new leader here in Mexico. And right now it's looking like he might pull away with this, but Momster is hot on his tail. We've seen this story throughout a lot of the season. Momster leads the first quarter of the race, and then Braden will overtake him. The question is, can Momster get the lead back? That is the thing that Momster has struggled with near the end of the races. He's got that lead, he makes a mistake near the end, and it all just kind of goes to hell for him. And as I say that, Momster has retaken the lead over Braden. What a way to put my foot in my mouth right there, as Momster has proven me wrong as I was saying that. Momster is your leader once again here in Mexico, as we see Razor Cola, I believe, locking up the brakes massively. He is having an absolute gutter of a run here today in Mexico. Not the first showing he would want to have. Disappointing run from him. As we see, I believe he is a lap down at the moment. As we're focused on the leader once more, Momster has pulled away nearly a half a second, but Braden is not letting him go easily. Momster right now holding that lead. Braden closes up just a little bit going into that corner. It seems like in one part of the track, Braden has him. The other half of the track, Momster has him. Zeno currently in the 3rd position. An impressive run from him. Coquito follows in 4th, Reese in 5th, Asgetta in 6th, Walmart Shopper in 7th, Puck in 8th, Oscar in 9th, and rounding out the top 10, Erie. And giving a little bit of recognition to the drivers in the back half of the field at the moment, we have Jacob in the RBM machine in 17th. He got a 3-second penalty. I believe he might have had some contact with someone. He had multiple warnings. Speaking of contact, I think there's a little bit of contact there, as we're going to now focus on the two Kick Sauber machines. Drew Mungie in 11th. He is 7 seconds off the nearest competitor in front of him. He's got some ground to make up if he wants to get into the top 10 and score some points here today. Along with his teammate Pepe Paulo in the 12th position, who is right behind them. We seem to have a little 4-car battle for that 11th spot with Drew Mungie, Pepe Paulo, Randy Glock, and Glenn D'Souza. Cena's currently trying to reel them down, turn it into a 5-car battle for that spot. And we see Erie has gotten a 3-second time penalty. We don't know what that is exactly for. We'll get you an update here later. As we see Braden currently holding right behind Momster at the moment. 12 laps in, green the whole race, still showing thus far. As we see Momster has the lead still. Braden trying to reel him down. Reese in third. And there was a little bit of an incident on track. We see the caution indicator flashing, and there is a big crash right there. Safety car is thrown. K7. Zezino, who is having a great run. What a heartbreaker for him. He was running notably in the top 3 a lot of the race. Big accident there. And what a heartbreaker for him. As the safety car is thrown, this will stack the field back up. And you know everyone's going to bring it down for tires. We do not expect the grid to change that much out of these pit stops since people are so far apart. And Braden will close massively going into the pits as we see the leaders making their first stops of the day and likely only stops of the day. See, are there any more takers? And we see Reese. Reese is going to stay out here and he will take the lead. In his first ECRL Formula X start, Reese in the Alpine to the lead here in Mexico. Is there going to be anyone else who's going to pull some strategy? We think it looks like Mango is going to pull some strategy. He will shoot up to the 4th position. Seems to be no one else making some bold calls here. As we see, the grid is looking to be Reese, Momster, Braden, Mango, Esgueta, Walmart Shopper, Oscar, Erie, Randy Glock, and Pepe Paulo to round out the top 10. And you have to think this gives drivers a little bit of a breather, a little bit of time to assess their car, how it feels, and what they can do to make it up to the front. And if you're Puck right now, who is a championship contender, this is a damn near worst case scenario for you. You are in 13th position, you got Braden in 3rd. You have to finish ahead of him outright to stay in the championship hope, but man, this is the only thing that can make this worse for Puck is if Braden was leading at the moment. He's got Momster in 2nd, who at the moment would overtake Puck for 2nd in the championship standings as they run. We got drivers filing in on the safety car here, getting filed up. We got Razor Cola. He's reporting to have some issues with his car. He is currently running in 19th. And he's in the wall. Razor Cola is in the wall under safety car. Something has appeared to have broken on that car. And he is reporting he is out of the race. We'll get you updates on what happened there momentarily as we are getting ready to go back green here in Mexico. Reese 1st, Momster 2nd, Braden 3rd, Mango 4th, Esgueta 5th, Walmart Shopper 6th, Oscar 7th, Erie 8th, Randy Glock 9th, and Glenn D'Souza rounding out the top 10. And we are green once again here in Mexico. Reese will lead them down. Momster hot on his tail along with Braden. How long can Reese hold this lead? Can he pull off a Cinderella story like no one has seen? And Momster will take first before we get into the first quarter. And Mango making an aggressive move at the moment. He will take 3rd position. There seems to be a little bit of contact with Braden. There might be damage on that RBM machine, but that is something Momster wanted to see. And now Momster can just relax and pull away while Reese and Mango hold that RBM machine up. See everyone taking this opportunity that they're grouped up to gain as many positions as possible while they can. Oscar up to 6th off that restart. Walmart Shopper up to 5th, but he does notably have a penalty. There was a few drivers who have gotten penalties under that safety car. Unfortunate for them, but they're going to have to drive as hard as they can to override those penalties. And we see a car that is slow, that is See Just On Us. See Just On Us in the Haas. Appears to have gotten a little bit of damage there. Unfortunate for him. And Braden has fallen down to the 5th position. This is a place that is unfamiliar territory for Braden. You rarely see him outside the top 3 in one of these events. Right now, he is in 5th position. But as they run at the moment, Braden would still clinch the championship as they run, as Puck is running in the 9th position. Focusing on Asgeta right now, he got the worst of that restart, dropping all the way from the 5th position down to 15th, a loss of 10 spots. Can he recover? That is going to be the big question, but that 10-second time penalty will not help, certainly. As we see Reese holding the fort down in the 2nd position at the moment. An impressive run from him. He's having a go to run most of this race. He pulled some strategy, got some track position, led a couple laps. Now he is in 2nd. He is looking to chase Mobster down, but the fact that he has much older tires than him will not help that journey. Mobster currently has a 1.5 second lead, and he is scooting away slowly. Oscar up to 3rd position. He has made a hard charge. He was running outside the top 10 earlier this race. Now he is running in the 3rd position with Braden right behind him. Braden looking to make a move for the 3rd position here. Oscar, he won 5 races in the Indy X Series. He has made a name when it comes to the open wheel cars. He won the ECRL World Cup event at the New Hampshire Road Course, winning his first Cup Series event. Oscar looking to bring some success in throughout the rest of this season and on to next season for multiple divisions. Oscar is expected to be a championship contender on the Indy side. As we're focused right now on K7, who has a broken wing. He is currently just trying to nurse that car to the end of the race. As we see now, multiple drivers are coming down to serve their penalties. We got PJ Pepperoni serving his 10-second penalty. See Just On Us serving a drive-through. And Mobster has pulled away even further as we got a battle for the 6th position. Puck hot on Erie's tail, but at the moment, Puck would finish in 6th as they run because Erie has a time penalty. Walmart Shopper, who drove his way back up to 5th, is now fallen back to 8th. He was running in the top 3 earlier in the race. Right now, he is just hoping to hang on and get some points here today. Right now, we got Braden setting the fastest lap with a 1:17.401, an absolutely blitzer of a lap. And that is one thing Puck absolutely did not want to see, besides the words on the scoreboard, Braden to first. We're focused on Pepe Paulo, who is currently in the 13th position. He is closing in on Jacob, who is running in 12th. Jacob trying to make a little bit of a rebound here. He was running notably as low as 19th in this race, hoping to override that time penalty, get into the top 10, and score some points. Intense battle here between Randy Glock and Erie. This is a battle for 7th. They have been trading off back and forth, and Randy Glock will go back under him. He's looking to get 7th. We have had a lot of battles for positions here today, and this has been one of the hotter ones. Erie currently holding off Randy Glock, but notably, Erie does have a time penalty, so as they would run at the moment, based on the intervals they are between each other, Randy Glock would finish in 7th. A great run from both of those drivers, nonetheless. Currently, Randy Glock, this is his first ECRL Formula X Series start. He has taken one of the Williams seat here today. Oscar traditionally is in the Williams, but with E. Greco not missing, Oscar got the call up to the Mercedes. Another driver that has had highlight on them here today is Reese in the 3rd position, having a great run. He stayed out notably earlier. He's going to have to pit, so he will lose a lot of track position, but just on merit today, great run for him, although his finishing result may not show it. As Momster has pulled away even more over Braden to an over 4-second lead. Momster has just got to hold the lead for 17 more laps around this circuit. Right now it's looking like that will happen. We're going throughout the field once again. Erie still holding that 7th. He dropped the 7th. Randy Glock up to 6th. They are still battling, though, and oh, he nearly got him there. He nearly got him. That was nearly some contact, and Pepe Paulo moves up into the 11th position. Jacob falling to 12th. Jacob falling to 13th now. He was trying to make that rebound into the top 10 as Guetta, and they are battling. They are battling for that spot as Guetta right back under him. They are trading that position back and forth. We got drivers in just a pocket for that 11th position. Walmart Shopper with the new fastest lap with a 1:17.112. That is a great lap from him. He is currently running in the 15th position. He was running as high as 3rd earlier in the race. Great lap from him, but a disappointing running position at the moment compared to where he was earlier in the race. Right now we got Randy Glock still in that 7th position. He has been in that 5th to 8th range most of the race. Momster that lead has dropped just a little bit. It was at 4.3. It's now down to 3.8. Does Braden have enough time to chase him down? Now, this isn't the biggest gap Braden has had to overcome this close to the finish of a race, but it is still a hard gap nonetheless to overcome. Oscar up to the 3rd position. He overtook Reese. Oscar, he has been having some good runs as of late, looking to improve his points position. As we see Glenn D'Souza down pit road, he is replacing a front wing. He had some wing damage from an incident earlier in the race. Got some tires on there, and he is off and away. Puck up to the 6th position. He was as low as 15th earlier in the race. He has been steadily making his way up through the grid. He's up to 5th now. He is trying to chase down Braden and get ahead of him. He wants to keep his championship fight alive. And there is now only one car between those two. That is Reese. Reese currently running in 3rd. He will have to pit, and then it is open track between Puck and Braden. Granted, there probably will be lap traffic Puck will have to overcome, along with Braden in that period of time. We'll see which driver gets the advantage out of that. In an update on the Intercontinental Classic at the moment, Puck would advance over Little Coquito, and as Guetta would advance over Glenn D'Souza. Reese is finally coming down pit road. He will get tires on that Alpine machine. Great run for him most of the race. Let's hope he can maintain a great finish out of it. He has fallen down to 12th position. Jacob up to 9th notably, but factoring in the time penalties, he would drop outside of the top 10. So he's going to have to still give it the drive of his life to finish up here in points paying positions. Oscar currently holding down in the 4th position as Puck has taken 3rd spot away. Now there is one spot between Puck and Braden. Puck needs to finish 2nd in order to keep his championship hopes alive. But the big question right now is, can Momster hold the lead against Braden? That gap has notably grown once again. It is back up to 4.1 seconds. It went down to 3.8, but in the past lap, he has grown that gap once again. Braden chasing down that Mercedes. This has been the story we have seen most of the season. we'll either have Braden in the Red Bull first near the end of these things, or Momster in the Mercedes. Oftentimes, Momster has not been on the winning end of that. There's been multiple times this season, in the final couple laps, he has been the leader, but once they have gotten to the checkered flag, he has been in the bridesmaid position. Little Coquito has moved back up to the 5th position. Right now, McLaren top 5 as they run at the moment. I believe McLaren would net gain 6 points in the Constructors' Championship as they run at the moment. They have to net gain 8 points throughout the remainder of the season to win the Constructors' title. You got 13 laps to go here. We're getting down to the final countdown of this event. We are in the last quarter. Well, last third of the event. My apologies. Coquito currently holding the 5th spot. Randy Glock in 6th. Great run for him. Erie, 7th. Great run for him. Reese on those fresh tires, trying to make up as many positions as possible. He is in 13th. He might be running there at the moment, but if you've been here with us for most of this event, he has been a top 5 driver most of this race. He notably even led some laps under the only safety car in this race. Jacob right now in 10th position in the other RBM machine. As they run at the moment, he would not get points based on the interval. He is ahead of the car behind him due to his time penalty. And Oscar has a time penalty now. 3-second time penalty for Oscar. He is going to have to give it the drive of his life to maintain in the top 5 as they run at the moment. He would still hold 4th. But as Coquito drive, and we got a car in the grass. That is Reese. Appears to be some contact with Walmart shopper. And we can confirm there was contact between Walmart shopper and Reese. Officials are going to have to review that incident after the event, as Mobster has pulled away a little. Actually, no, Braden has closed in a little bit, actually. My apologies. That gap is now down to 3.5 seconds. Braden has closed that gap more than a half a second in the past couple laps. If Braden maintains that pace, he will overtake Mobster by the end of this race. He just does not need to make any mistakes. That's the thing Braden can capitalize on here, is Mobster's just trying to get it to the checkered flag. He's trying to drive it safely. Braden, he's got a big gap in the championship. He's just got to give it pedal to the metal here to try to win this. But ultimately, eyes are on the prize. Eyes are on the championship. He understandably probably will drive it safe too. Puck right now in 3rd position. Oscar in 4th. Randy Glock in 5th. Coquito in 6th. Cena in 7th. Erie 8th. Esqueda 9th. And Jacob in 10th. We got the 2 kick salver machines in 11th and 12th currently having a little bit of a battle. Coquito is hot on Randy Glock's tails for the 5th position. Oh, a little bit of contact. Just a little bit of contact there. We see no damage flying off of any of their cars. So their performances should be inhibited. As we see, yeah, they are still right on each other going into these corners. Having a makings of a great battle here, as Cena's also closing up on them. Cena in the 7th position, notably being one of the biggest upsets this season when it comes to eliminations in the Intercontinental Classic. Most people predicted that he would have advanced into this round. He was eliminated against Glenn D'Souza last week. You got battle between Walmart shopper and Reese currently heating up still. Coquito holding the 5th spot over Randy Glock. He overtook him a little bit ago. And things are heating up as we get closer to the end of this race. I'm going to take a little bit of a break here. I'll catch you back here in the final. Oh, and we got an incident here. Reese has an issue. a mechanical issue. It appears there have been contacts between Walmart shopper and Reese. Reese has said he was going to pack it up and bring it to the garage. Reese will be out of the event. Disappointing for him. Very disappointing. He was notably leading earlier in the race. Ran in the top 5 majority of it. Strategy just did not fall into his lap. As Momster is currently still in the lead, Braden has chipped that lead down to 3.3 seconds, but the gains have seemingly stagnated. Puck currently running in third. Puck has to pass Braden in order to maintain and keep his championship hopes alive. Oscar fourth, Coquito fifth. Though granted, with the time penalty Oscar has, Coquito would take fourth position. Jacob in 10th in the last paying points position also has a time penalty. He would fall out of the top 10 once penalties are applied. And Braden with a 3-second time penalty, and that will all but seal the deal for Momster unless he makes a critical mistake here. And I'm going, as I said before, the incident between the Alpine and the Haas, we're going to take a little bit of a break here. We're going to let you listen to the ambience of these cars and a little bit of background music. We'll be back with the final couple laps of this race. And we are back with the final few laps of this event. Momster first, Braden second, Puck third, Randy Glock fourth, Coquito in fifth to round out the top 5. And right now, Momster, he's got a solid lead, 4 seconds, not counting that time penalty. Momster's just got to bring it home without any mistakes, and he wins this race here today. Braden in second, currently trying to hold on to clinch his second championship. Puck right now trying to reel Braden in. Time is running out, though. A little bit of a cough there. Jacob right now in the 10th position. Well, 9th position as they run, but factoring in the time penalties, he would drop to 10th. Jacob just trying to bring it in on the points to finish this out. Momster still has the lead firmly on grasp, though. Just trying to elegantly guide that car through these corners. As we see there, we have the yellow indicator flashing right there. There might be an incident on the racetrack. Some debris might have fallen, but it is nothing to worry about as there is no safety car that is going to fly. And the yellow has been waved off. Momster is currently your leader. As pretty obvious. But now we're going to go through the leaderboard. We have a little bit of a battle for the 14th position here between PJ Pepperoni and K7. K7 is less than a second off of him. But all eyes are on the race leader at the moment as we now have 3 laps to go here in Mexico. And you have to think, if it wasn't for some bad luck earlier this season, would Momster be in this championship fight still? Some people think he would be. Some people think this was just Braden's championship. But what we do know is it's looking like as they run, Momster will pick up another win here today. And as for the championship, Braden, as they run, will clinch the championship. If they finish right here, Puck has to make up 12 overall seconds on Braden if he wants to clinch the championship. Well, if he wants to keep his championship hopes alive. My apologies. But the man of the hour when it comes to here in Mexico is Momster. He's looking to capture another victory this race. And looking throughout to see if we got any more battles throughout the pack. We got a battle for the 4th position between Lil Coquito and Randy Glock. And we are now coming to 2 laps to go here. Here's Braden. The man who's looking like he's going to be a 2-time Formula X Series champion. He's just got 2 laps to go, and he will do it. And eyes are now back on the leader. He's currently just trying to bring that car home safely so he can capture another win this season. An update on his tire performance here. His tires, they will make it to the end. He has beat up those tires a little bit, but his tires are not as bad off as some of the other people. And Jacob with another penalty here. That is another 3 seconds. That will hamper his bout for a top 10. That will make it a lot easier for Pepe Paulo. He just needs to now make up 3 seconds on Jacob to finish in the top 10. Momster, he is just cruising. He is on cruise control. He has flipped the switch in his car. He is relaxing. He's just trying to guide it to the end as we are about to take the white flag here in Mexico. 1 lap to go. Momster takes the white. And he is looking to capture another victory here today. And Braden, he is taking the white flag. He is looking to clinch his 2nd championship. He's just got a few more corners to do it. All eyes are now on Braden as he makes it through the first corner for the final time here today. Braden trying to become a 2-time Formula X Series champion and a 3-time ECRL World Champion. As he's just got to guide that car to the checkered flag. Puck is just hoping something monumental happens to keep his fight for the championship alive. But McLaren is looking to have a net gain of 6 points after this race in the Constructors' Championship. So that will hopefully raise their spirits up just a little bit. As Randy Glock has taken back the 4th position, that will decrease that net gain to 4 points, I believe. But still a net gain nonetheless. And Braden, he's also on cruise control, just trying to make it to the end. Walmart shopper with a 3-second time penalty for cutting the racetrack. And Braden, coming off the final corner, is the Formula X champion of the world. Braden is a 2-time Formula X Series champion. Momster will win the race here today in Mexico. What a great drive all season from Braden. Just absolutely dominant most of this season, and he is a 2-time world champion. Momster with the victory, Puck in 3rd. Will we see any change for the 4th position here? As the question, our camera crew is for some reason not focusing on him. Randy Glock will take 4th position. And there it is. There it is. 2-time world champion in the Formula X Series, 3-time ECRL world champion. What a great drive all season. And this will surely build some momentum towards next season on his quest for a 3rd Formula X Series championship. And also notably build some momentum for next season in the ECRL World Cup. Braden looking to win his 2nd World Cup in the number 48 Lowe's Chevrolet. Drivers taking their final cool-down laps around the circuit. Momster with the victory here today. A decisive win for him. That will notably put him back up into 2nd in the championship standings. Randy Glock in his first start with the driver of the day. And there we have it, victory lane. Momster giving a heart to everyone. I didn't know it was Friday. Momster is your winner. And they are sure celebrating like it's his day. And the champagne is being sprayed. And that will do it here, folks. Thank you all for tuning in to this ECRL Formula X Series event. I am Finn B. Irwin. Thank you all for joining us.